Coach, the city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a Wet n Wild CenturyLink field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
First carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Gun.
3rd and long for Cousins. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Mecole Hardman, 84 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, is going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Go 14. Back 55. Come on. Don't let him breathe. Play.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there on third down.
That's good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
36 power.
They'll run on first down. Carson pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got it.
Now Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's got this down to the 35. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On first down, it's Carson. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now a give right side. Carson, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Move 15. 52 right here. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
This is Carson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Good job, dude. Good job, dude.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Mike 55. Mike 55. Short. Turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike.
To throw on third down. Wilson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 34. And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
A first down throw for Cousins. That's caught. It's the rookie Marcus Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
He's crashing.
Now a give, right side. Muhammad takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
White 56.
On third down, Muhammad. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 11-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Strip that ball. Check 52.
Here's Carson. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Screen 80.
Time to go. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They'll try and run for it with Penny.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Watch
Watch the run. Watch the run. Check.
Gun.
Mike.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
Mike. Screen 80.
55. He can't hang.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up third down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
They're running it. Alert, 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 alert. Check, 55 for Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
From the shotgun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On first down, Muhammad. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, here's Cousins. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On the carry, it's Muhammad, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
'56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Ain't no such thing. Ringo 48.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Watch the pass. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins completes it to Hardman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bryant is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now it's Carson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Hey, 2.
4th down, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2.
Gun.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They go with the option on the 2-point try, and the decision to pitch it worked out.
Almost felt like basketball, didn't it? Remember when the dribbler draw, drive, and dish? How about that one? Drew everyone to him, dished it to the running back. He takes it in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
No. Hey, 0. Mike, 55.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Check, 55 to Mike. We got to get going.
Now Wilson on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Ardarius Stewart, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll toss it out to Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
55 is Mike, guys, 55. Yeah. Mike, 55, Mike, 55.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's got Lockett. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. On first down, Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. 55 Mike, guys, 55.
Here's Wilson. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run it with Carson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Second down and goal. Wilson dancing to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Go, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, eat. It's our time. Get up for single. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, off.
From the gun, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Hey, check right.
Let's go, 14.
Set the tone, defense. Order. Defense, let's go.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Double dog. That's the way.
Mike 55.
Push him back.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now, there's also a flag, but this might be on the offense anyway. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Check 3.
First.
Shit.
To throw it is Cousins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jaron Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
14.
55.
Wilson going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
19. Run left, run left.
All day, all day. Hey, check mine.
From the gun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His fourth touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll run with Muhammad. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check. Yellow.
Cousins on first down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First down, Minnesota.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Gun!
Throwing here, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Gun!
From the gun, here's Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is fielded at the 7. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. If they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Silver. 55 mark.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
36 power. Gun.
Here I come. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On first down, Muhammad. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And say what you want about CenturyLink Field up in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game?
Come and get some. See, tell your mama